Well, good morning. It's Crazy Cheap Chick. I'm back from the grocery store, and in just a moment, I'll take you inside. I'll show you what I found this week. I got some great bargains. I thought I did pretty good. I'll show you some other bargains I found around town, show you the work we've been doing here at the farm. I think I'm going to plant garden this weekend. It's so beautiful. It's going to get up to 80 today. And I looked at the long-term forecast, and it doesn't look like it's going to get below 40 for the next 10 days or so. And at the very end, I'm going to see if I can get John Wayne to tell a story about when he met President Harry Truman. So stick around. I spent $114.56 at Dillon's this week, but it took going to 2 grocery stores. That's getting old. Couldn't find enough clearance items at one, so I had to drive 5 miles over to the next one. Anyway, here's what I got. These first 10 items were full price. I got 2 chili beans, 89 cents each. This ranch dressing was kind of my treat this week, $2.29. Cucumber, 79 cents. This cauliflower was $3.49, and the last time I bought cauliflower, I know it was $3.29. So I know they think we don't notice a dime or two here or there, but we do. Got these flour tortillas for $3.99. Tomatoes were $2.19 a pound, and these rang up for $3.91. The bananas were $1.32. They're 49 cents a pound here. And I also got this taco sauce for $4.99. What's funny is at the first store, it was $5.99. At the second Dillon's, it was $4.99. So their prices vary between stores. The sour cream was on sale for $2, but I did have a coupon for 40 cents. The lettuce was $2.89, and the hamburger buns were $1.79. The tomatoes, I did have a coupon, so they rang up $2.04. And now I think we're more or less into the sale items. These corn chips were on sale for $1.99. These tortilla chips were $1.99. This one had a coupon, so it rang up for $1.49. But the second one rang up for $1.99. And the sale items were blueberries this week. They were $1.77. You could buy up to 5. I got 3, but I had a coupon for one of them, so one of them only rang up for 97 cents. And this chicken was buy one, get one free. So you always want to get them as close in price as possible. One was $8.53 and one was $8.33. So one rang up for $8.53. The other one rang up free, so that made them basically $4.26 each. Everything else is clearance. Let me show you what I got. This big thing of cookies for $2.40. This dip for $3.60. Some stuffed pork chops for $4.02. This was probably my best deal right here. All of this cream cheese for $1.57. I guess its best buy date is April 13th. That's probably why it's marked down, but it'll be fine, and I will just throw it in the freezer. And it was buy 5, get $1 off. And so I bought 5 of them, so they all rang up for 57 cents each. 2 things of yogurt, they were 84 cents each. This guac was $1.91. I got 2 of them. One rang up for $1.16 because I had a coupon loaded. This turkey breast was $5.46. These tortillas, I believe, were $3.49. They were not clearance. They were full price. And the Stonefire rang up for $1. It was marked down to $1.75, but a $1 off coupon. 3 salad kits, $1.75 each. The steak was $9.35. What it had originally been. It had originally been $14.39. These hamburgers were $5.39 for 8 of them. You got 4 packages of hamburger marked down to $3.60. A red net bag, 99 cents with 4 green peppers. And these Cheesecake Factory rolls were $1.80. I love this brand. I hardly ever find it marked down. And then this apple cider was 96 cents a bottle. I went ahead and got 2 bottles of it. So anyway, that's what I got for my 114. Now let's talk about what we're going to eat this week. I usually skip breakfast, but when I do eat breakfast, it's usually yogurt or a banana. I've got lots of oatmeal and cereal, so John Wayne is set. And then lunches are almost always a salad or leftovers, or a leftover with salad. So I've got plenty of salad fixings here. And I know I'm going to make chili one night. I've got cheese and I've got sour cream. It was life-changing to me the first time that I had corn chips on chili. I had never had that until I was probably 35 years old, and it was amazing. Then we're going to have hamburgers, and I have tons of potatoes that I got on clearance last week, and so it would be easy to cut up some potatoes to go with that. Got stuffed pork chops, that will be a meal, and I have 2 sweet potatoes left, so we'll probably have sweet potatoes, and I've got a bunch of green beans, so we'll probably have pork chops, sweet potatoes, and green beans. One night we're gonna have tacos, and so I got the tortillas, hamburger, I've got lettuce and tomatoes, sour cream, sauce, and I kind of got this dip and guac to go with that. And I have never seen this on clearance before. It had been $11.99, marked down to $5.46. So I think one night we will have turkey breast roast with mashed potatoes. And I will probably have roasted chicken or barbecued chicken with mashed cauliflower. And then I want to make a recipe I saw online where you cooked a steak and chopped it up and put it with a salad kit in a tortilla and made kind of a wrap. I thought that sounded pretty good. And all of this stuff is probably just going to go in the freezer. I just bought it because I thought it was a good deal, not that I need it this week. So that's how I do every week. I'm always trying to think ahead, not only what I'm going to eat this week, but what I can stock up on that I found on sale to incorporate into future meals. And that's how I have found to save money. Now, I think every area is different and everyone has a different process on how they are saving money on food. This may not work in your area, and what you do may not work in my area, but we all learn from one another. Turkey and tomatoes and avocado and lettuce and cucumber. Sheet pan meal, lots of veggies and a little bit of sausage. I spent about $26 at Goodwill today. Got these jeans. I was really happy about the jeans. I paid $6.71 for them. They were 25% off. Or 12 regular. I need to remember that because I'm a hard size to fit. I'm not short, so I can't wear a petite, and I'm not tall enough to wear a tall. It has to be a regular. And I need something that's like loose around the waist because I've had so many surgeries and I have so many scars. And I also got this shirt. It says Croft and Barrow. It still had the price tag on it, $13.99 from Kohl's. And I paid $4.46 for this. Then I also got this brand new bottle of lavender hand cream. It was $2.25. I think this usually runs about $4. I got some balm, post-shave balm for John Wayne. It was $4.25. And I got a river tube. I looked this up before I bought it. They sell them brand new for $20. And I paid $8.25, and it has never been opened. Altogether, I spent almost $26, but I saved about $47 if you consider what these things would have cost brand new. Well, I got the fountain going, and we got the tarp down. We plied up all the grass under there. Now we're getting ready to lay mulch. Need to get some plants around the base. Yeah, it got pretty cold last night. Look at that. Yeah, that was a hard freeze. I wonder if my plants are going to make it. I'm really pleased how well my fountain turned out. Now, I got this fountain not long after we moved into this house, like 6 or 7 years ago. And I paid $200 for it. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and bought it off a gentleman, and it's been sitting out here. We had it going one time and then it quit, so now we've got it going again, and we put a little bit stronger pump in it, so hopefully this time it's for reals. And it looks so pretty at night with all the lights on it. My dad bought a new travel trailer, so we went up to his house to help him set it all up and check everything out, make sure everything worked okay. I think he'll really like it.
Rags, don't they? Oh, these rags. See, that's why I wanted to get some kind of curtain for that right there. See, this is that one over there.
Dad took us out to lunch while we were up there. Thankfully, we were able to get in the restaurant. I've been really tired lately, so on the way home from Dad's, I suggested that we just stop and grab a bite to eat. And we went to a place called Hillside Market in Lecompton, Kansas. And it's kind of a combination deli, grocery store, and gift shop. I got this steak wrap that was absolutely delicious, and I'm going to try to recreate it at home. John Wayne got a Reuben and fries. They had several John Wayne related items, and so here I am with John Wayne number 2. Some people age like fine wine. I'm aging like milk, sour and chunky. We have friends arriving today. They're going to be staying in our little apartment, our little casita. And so I've really been working around here trying to get all that mulch down and things cleaned up. And today I stopped at a garage sale and got that bird bath over there. Got it for $10. And I had to lift it up into the car myself, and I smashed my finger pretty good. But it was still worth it. Anyway, John Wayne is out here grading the gravel today. So I promised my viewers I was going to ask you to tell the story of when you met former President Harry Truman. How old were you?
Well, I'd been very little when I first met him. I mean, he died in 72, so I only would have been about 11 years old. And he, I think the last few years of his life, he was pretty inactive. So anyway, I was really little. And my brothers and sisters and I would walk to school every day, and we walked across the town square in Independence. And he and his Secret Service agent, who, the way I understand it, was also like his best friend. They're just two old men out for a walk, and they would walk around there, and we'd say hi to them. And occasionally, they'd sit. We walked on Main Street, and there's a bench there in front of the courthouse. And occasionally, he'd be sitting there, and I can remember a couple occasions talking. I remember him talking to me, because more of my brothers and sisters, they were all. Oh, I had one little sister, and the rest of my siblings older than me, and they would be the ones talking to him. I was just a little kid. And, you know, seeing Harry Truman every day was just, you know, normal. It's just, and his having, you know, that he lived, you know, a mile from us, it was just all normal stuff. Didn't everybody have that in their town?
He was just a neighbor.
He was just, yeah. It was, if I believe he was the last president to return to his hometown and his home. I think after that they all moved to those more secure areas.
So your conversations with him were like, "Hey, little boy, how was school today?"
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think I was a pretty shy little kid, and I just, you know, I would just stand there quietly while my siblings talked to him. You know, I'm from a large family. I've got 8 siblings, and so 9 of us. Of course, not all of us were in that group, but I mean, we had to look like a little, you know, plaid-skirted, well-dressed gang. You know, we used to walk to school every day. But there was, I mean, at a minimum, there would have been like 6 or 7 of us walking, and of course, as older ones dropped off, he got smaller and smaller as years went by.
So his Secret Service agent was very elderly, and he only had one?
Yep. If I remember right, they had a Garlow or guest house or something. I mean, their house, it was right in town. It was just sat on a normal suburban plot of land, an old kind of Victorian style house. It was not big at all by today's standards. It was a very nice house. It's a museum now. But I think the Secret Service agent lived in that Garlow or right across the street. But yeah, the security they had a wrought iron fence around the yard. But I mean, the yard was probably 40 feet deep before you were at the house. It was just nothing.
Did you ever see his wife?
I don't recall ever seeing her.
So tell us about, you attended his funeral, right?
Yep. We did two things. So the Harry Truman Library is there in Independence too. And so he laid in state there at the library, and lines it was just hours and hours to wait. And I remember going in the middle of the night with my older brothers we went like at midnight because the lines would be shorter. We could kind of walk in, but the rotunda of the library was open 24 hours a day while he laid in state there. And then we attended the funeral.
He had an open casket, or it was a closed casket?
Closed casket. It was a state funeral.
You waited in line to walk around a closed casket?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And it was just like you see pictured, because I believe he laid in state at the Capitol building in Washington as well. He went there, and then, man, everything's foggy, but I think he came back by train because he was known for his whistle-stop tours on the train when he campaigned for president. So anyway, we went in the middle of the night, but the military honor guard around him when we went. Then the funeral itself, the closest, the library is adjacent to 24 highway that runs through Independence, and it's probably half mile off the highway, and there's real nice grounds. But the closest we could get to it was the highway. We were standing at one of the off-ramps. And the president was there. President Nixon attended. We watched his limousine go by. President Johnson went by and saw him. So it was a massive crowd.
Did your mom make you go, or was it?
I don't remember my mom going. Everything I did with it was my brothers.
So you just went because it was kind of a historic event that was happening in your hometown.
Yeah, no one made me do it. I mean, it was just something, you're going to be a part of.
But you saw Harry Truman every day.
Well, not every day, but it was a very regular thing.
He was pretty old by then.
Oh, yeah. He walking with a cane. He was, him and his old friend, his Secret Service agent.
Would he be all dressed up, or how was he dressed?
Yeah, he was usually, the way I remember him, he was dressed in, in a button-up shirt and, coat if it was winter.
Did he have a hat on?
I don't remember him wearing a hat, but he had a cane. He always walked with.
How far a walk was that from his house up there to the square?
4 or 5 blocks. Very close.
Any other memories of Harry Truman?
No, it just, the thing looking back, it was just such a normal thing, and you didn't realize what an extraordinary thing it was, or even realizing the extraordinary role he had in history.
So as a little kid, you kind of knew he was someone important, or you knew
I knew he was the president. I knew that was a big deal. I knew I understood who he was, but his role in World War II, I honestly, I can't say that was ever highlighted, or known about. It's just he was well regarded. The world wasn't nearly as divided as it is now, and people had a great fondness for him. There's all kinds of stories about him and who the money behind him, and that's a whole other topic, and I don't really get into that. But it was a pretty interesting part of my childhood.
What do you think, Tez?
Oh, you're a dirty
Not
cat.
impressed.
You're a dirty cat.
Your cat is not impressed by your childhood brushes with celebrity. Thanks for watching, guys. If you got anything out of this video, give me a thumbs up, comment, share, or subscribe. I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Got enough pillows?